What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And this time I'm back with a recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 3, episode 14. Okay, so episode starts out with Gizelle, her mother. Her mother is gorgeous, and her beautiful 3 daughters. Those twins, oh my god, you guys, they look just like Jamal Bryant. And then the older one, I think her name is Grace. She looks a lot like Gizelle. Oh my god. Gorgeous girls. Anyways, they're having some breakfast, and the grandmother is going to be keeping the kids while Gizelle is in France with the girls. And Gizelle gives her mother an update on Sherman, how they're not together no more. And the mother is like, well, I figured that. I haven't heard you really talk about him. You know, next time around, you know, just try to take your time. And I agree. I don't know. I don't like Sherman. I don't like what Sherman did to Gizelle. And y'all know I'm not really here for the mean-spirited shit that Gizelle does. I do feel like some of it was karma. But at the same time, I don't like the fuck shit that Sherman did. When you get into a relationship with a woman, you knew this woman was on TV. You didn't have to get with her. She'd introduced her kids to you. When Gizelle brought Sherman up to the girls and kind of let them know that they're not going to be together anymore, you could really see that they were hurt. And I hate when kids are brought into things and, you know, relationships don't work out. And I understand it's a part of life, but we have to be even more sensitive with our children, I feel, and with other people's children, you know, even if, you know, we don't have our own. And I don't like what Sherman did. You get with this woman and all of a sudden you can't communicate with her and say, well, I'm not interested, or maybe we should take a break. That way I can figure out what I want to do. Or how about coming into a relationship knowing what you want? But like I said before, I think it's a little bit more with this story with Sherman. Maybe it'll come out at the reunion, because it is very suspect that the ex-wife is on here all of a sudden filming with Monique and Karen. So maybe that's the bigger reason. It's still fucked up that his relationship with Gizelle didn't work out. Gizelle, you make sure you find you somebody nice looking this time, because he already wasn't cute and acting funny. You definitely need somebody that's cute. And what up with the one guy you was seeing? I forgot his name, you guys. He seemed like he was more into her than fucking Sherman, you know? So I don't know. Gizelle must have a certain type that she likes, but I would get me somebody cuter, somebody that knows I'm on TV, that respects the hustle, that, you know, understands and gets all of that. Sherman, I don't know. He's suspect. Very, very suspect for how he played his part. I thought he was cool at first, but all this, you can't communicate, and, you know, you got this woman all in her feelings, all frustrated. I don't like that. Okay, so next we got Monique. Is she talking to her brother? I kept trying to see what his fucking title was. They didn't really show me. She's basically letting him know that, you know, the different medicines she used, natural, holistic medicine she used for her kids, you know, when they're sick. And she said her husband forgets to put it on them at night and, you know, that type of thing. Then she talks about how she's hoping that the trip turns out good for her, specifically because Gizelle and Robin, you know, they didn't want to go. She knows that she's always had issues with Gizelle, but Robin, shit, you almost put a motherfucking umbrella up to her, so you gonna have to put them in the same boat, Monique. You gonna have to put them on the same boat. So next we got Ashley and Robin. They're talking, and it sounds like Robin is a bit hoarse. Anyways, they get to talking about Ashley's horrible fucking performance. Robin talking about she did a good job performing for Michael. I don't think so. I thought the performance was horrible. Then Ashley had mentioned she saw pictures and Michael didn't seem that interested. Bitch, why does it need to take some pictures for you to see that Michael is not interested in this relationship no more? You are just young to him. He doesn't take your opinion seriously. Get over it. I'm sick of you fucking talking about it. Robin, her ass sitting up here talking about how she's just excited to be going to France and she can't really trust what Monique is saying. And Robin, shut the fuck up. You just happy to be on a free trip. Robin is a follower, y'all, and I can't fuck with people like that. That bitch is Gizelle's little puppet. That's all she is. Okay, so next we got all the ladies meeting up at the airport. Karen and Ashley, they're there first. Then Gizelle comes, Monique comes, Charisse comes. Karen actually goes inside when Gizelle comes because she's sick of Gizelle and the fake ass shit that she's on, and I can understand that. So while on the plane, Monique and Charisse, they upgrade their tickets to first class. Everybody else is like in business class. How do I feel about that? Y'all know me, I really don't give a fuck. But Monique, you are a bit strange because you sitting up here saying, well, me and my sister, and she's talking about Charisse, we had to upgrade and it's my birthday. I understand that. That's fine. I'm not even shocked off of that because that's who you are as a person. You brag. You always got to go the extra mile to use your money to get what you want. It is what it is. I see you, bitch. But then you sitting up here talking about, well, me and my sister. This is the same sister that thought that you were trying to steal her friends. She was just suspect with you. So you all of a sudden, you just over what she did, Monique. Like, damn, you are forgiving as fuck, sis. Gizelle, you could shut your fucking mouth. You and your confessional talking about some, Monique, she invited us on this trip and how dare she upgrade her ticket and I had the chance to upgrade my ticket and I didn't do it and da-da-da-da-da and you didn't even want to come on the trip, bitch. Did you forget? You set up and told Monique, I'll come on the trip. Me and Robin, we go do our own thing. So why are you so pressed that she upgraded her ticket? Gizelle, you fake as hell. So Monique pretty much mentions that right before the trip, her and Chris, they was doing a lot of arguing back and forth. And it's basically about her stepping out more, doing more for herself. I felt like that was pretty interesting because these two, they really strike me as a couple that love each other. I thought that I knew the last episode was a bit suspicious of Chris to be acting like that. He kept saying shit like, well, don't forget about me and I still need to be catered to. And I wish my man would talk to me in that way. Like, I really wish he fucking would. I am big on love, you know, being in a relationship. They are married. They are, you know, more committed than I am in my relationship. I just have, you know, just this long-term relationship. We're not married. But I just wish he fucking would come at me in a way of, well, you could do what you do, but I need to be catered to. And I to me, that's selfish. When you are in a relationship, a person doesn't owe you anything. They owe you love, loyalty, respect, but they don't owe you their life to the point where they put themselves on the back burner and their dreams and their goals for you. And is this the trade-off because he has all this money? Because this is my thing. A lot of times when these men have this money, they have some fucked up ideals on what they think a relationship is, how much control they have in the relationship. I feel like Chris has definitely used his money to brainwash Monique, and definitely she was easy to brainwash. You see all the bragging she does about the houses and the cars and the trips and all the places that she's been. That's the trade-off. It's always a trade-off with these women. I have yet to see a woman get with a man with a substantial amount of money and he don't ask her to give up a lot of herself. You know, Because I feel like if your wife is coming at you, Chris, saying, well, I'm doing my website, or I'm working on this charity, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and all you could think of is, well, don't forget about me. Did you say that to her when you was out playing football and you was out traveling, and did she say, well, don't forget about me? Did she say that shit to you? No, she didn't. So I don't like athletes. They keep trying to build up this narrative of he's an athlete. And I think Robin came in later. I'm kind of skipping around at this point. But Robin even came in. And of course she knows all about it. She didn't sacrifice her fucking life to be with Juan. These women are very different from me. I don't see me doing this for love. I don't care how much money you have. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I'm not about to put my dreams on the back burner for you. My life is not about you. And yes, you're married. You have children with this person. You guys are partners together. I understand that. But how he talks to her, and don't forget about me, and what about me? And I remember, I think she said, she showed him like the logo with one of those, instead of that baby or that bottle, that should be a picture of me right there. Me. Very selfish. Very selfish. There's nothing sexy or attractive about that. So I'm just wondering, as this goes on, you guys, like, is this show going to affect her relationship? I think Monique is starting to get worried about that. She's starting to worry about that, like, because she even cried at one point and was just like, oh, well, I just hope he knows that no matter how successful I get, I will always need him. And, and it's good to need your man. We all need people. We're not perfect where we could do everything on our own. I understand that. I really do. But it's something about the tone of their relationship, you guys, I'm not feeling, of how he talks to her, and even them arguing before she came on the trip. It's just a bad sign. And I know, because I went through this with this guy, and he ain't have nearly as much money as Chris has. But just arguing all the time because you want to do things that's different than him. And, don't nobody got time for that shit. So they finally arrive in Cannes, France. Is that how they say it? Anyways, when they get there, Monique is kissing up to Gizelle and Robin. And she claims it's more or less about her just being the bigger person with them. And, oh, well, one of them should get the other sweet. And I don't know who to pick. And Monique, you know how these bitches is. Okay? You kind of giving me Kristen off Basketball Wives, where you just trying to fit with these bitches. Just hold your own. And don't try to kiss up to these bitches. They ain't caring time on something. That was a smart move. Give them a room or something. No, don't kiss up to these bitches. These bitches have been rude. You had to put a fucking umbrella up to Robin's neck damn near. And you trying to offer this bitch a room. Gizelle been hating on you since you got on the motherfucking show. I wouldn't offer the bitch shit. Okay? They would barely be invited on the fucking trip. So that was suspect coming from you, Monique. What I will say is, where the ladies are staying, absolutely beautiful. Did y'all see Monique's penthouse and all the other ladies' rooms? Very nice, filled with alcohol, fruit, and honey. A girl was getting her life just by looking at their ass. So we got Candace and Chris, they're on the phone, and he's getting on her ass again, talking about, because she complaining about her room, and, well, I'm all the way here, and I don't exactly like my surroundings, and, and Chris is putting shit in perspective. He said, listen, all you need for your hotel room is the bed to sleep in. You're going to be out and about. Who cares about your surroundings? And everything has to be so perfect. That motherfucking Candace, you guys, I'm getting to the point I am running out of patience with that bitch. I don't like bitches that act like that. It's this whole act of I'm so much more important than what I really am. And, I deserve this and I need that. Just be happy to be on the fucking trip. Like, damn. That man is really good for her if she allows him to be. But of course she got smart with him, talking about he can't appreciate fine living and he doesn't know about those things. And it's just like, Candace, shut the fuck up. So next we got Ashley on the phone talking to her mother, and she's sitting up here talking about how her mother's love is truly unconditional, whereas with Michael it comes with conditions. Ashley, not so much with the mother. They had a nice little conversation, but I still don't trust the mother. I was waiting on her to ask for some more money. I was. Ashley, you recognize the situation with you and Michael. You know that it's over, and I guarantee you that'll be your storyline next year, that her relationship with Michael is over. It should be over. If you feel like somebody doesn't want to have kids, if you feel like they're not giving you the relationship that you want to be in, you need to leave. But the way these shows are set up, you guys, and in all these relationships, as we're seeing, is these women will put up with bad behavior because the man has money. That's just what they all do. You even see Monique's situation kind of going in that direction. She wouldn't take that from a regular guy. It's the fact that her husband has a lot of money. Same thing with Robin, her being with Juan, she got her money from Juan. Gizelle with Jamal Bryant, she put up with a lot of shit with him. And it's all of these women collectively, they go through a lot of shit with these men just to secure the bag. Ashley, you need to be starting your own business. You need to really get off of your feet. And you need Michael out of your life. He's not going to give you what you want. So stop kidding yourself. So next, all the ladies gather in Monique's penthouse. They are outside. They're drinking. They're taking pictures. They're doing little gifts and dancing. And damn, Karen can't even figure out how to take Monique's picture. And I'm like, Karen, pay attention, honey. Okay, so Monique lets the girls know, what they're going to be doing while they're there. And she's going to be looking at some essential oils for her Lazy Mom's blog. Gizelle is all up in arms talking about we in Cannes, France, we ain't here to be looking at your oil. Of course, she says all this shit in her confessional. Gizelle, bitch, be happy you are even invited on the trip. Because if it was a bitch like me, you wouldn't be there. You are that fucking Robin. Y'all are negative. Y'all don't know how to support people. And then y'all just did the women's empowerment event. Robin, you of all people, y'all do shit like that. And then this girl has some shit that she's coming out with, for her website and her blog. And you can't even fucking be supportive. That's what's really bad. Gizelle, that makes you look bad, makes you look like a jealous woman. And when you talk and act like that, I can't feel bad for how Sherman did you. Yes, it was fucked up what he did, but look at how you act, bitch. You ain't gonna be blessed acting like that towards another woman, Okay, so next we got Gizelle asking Karen what stage is her perfume line in, and then it was just shade back and forth. Karen said, well, what stage you in with your makeup line? And Gizelle said, I'm in business. Gizelle, you shady as fuck. Why you have to ask this lady about her perfume line? And come on, be supportive of other women. That's something about them. I just said, I don't like that shit. Be supportive about people. Okay, so next, Ashley comes with this motherfucking tea that the guy Matt that's working with Karen on her, fragrance line. She's saying that the guy is gay. What was he at some gay bar club and was telling people that Karen no longer lives in Great Falls and she lives in an apartment. And Ashley, I noticed that with you. You are always coming with what you heard, and you already have all these issues with Michael where your shit is so fucked up and you want to keep coming for Karen, and they always is, well, Karen lies. Yes, Karen lies, but you bitches be leaving the truth out of shit too. You know what I'm saying? So it was just so annoying knowing that Ashley really should be planning a divorce, but yet she's all up in fucking Karen's business trying to put her out on shout in front of all these women. Very tasteless, and I'm just sick of it. Okay, all of a sudden you got Sharice coming to bat for Ashley as well, saying she heard that Karen was living in this townhouse. Karen says the townhouse is adjacent to her house and her son is living there. He's trying to save up some money. And, she's basically telling Ashley to stay out of her business. Sharice, you need to stay out of people's business too, because you're not even married no more. You come off as being very bitter, not having a life. All of y'all do. Like, y'all don't have shit going for y'all. Y'all always coming for Karen, but at least she's still married. You know what I'm saying? At least she could keep a man in her life for a significant amount of time where he cared for her, she cared for him. Y'all can't even fucking do that. And y'all always trying to be sneaky. I'm just kind of over it, you guys. Karen's house is absolutely beautiful in Great Falls. Her old house in Potomac was beautiful as well. Karen has one of the best houses I have seen on this fucking show. Then Sharice go make up some comment about how Karen doesn't have none of her old furniture in her new house because she wanted to upgrade. You think you the only bitch that could upgrade, Sharice? Like, you so petty. And Ashley, you go get right back in there with Karen. Well, so many people have came up to me on the street and so many people. If you know your marriage is over, don't you think Karen's business is the last thing you should be focused on, Ashley? And then you got this dysfunctional relationship with your mother. And this is how I know you got a dysfunctional relationship with your mother, because you wouldn't spend so much time in another woman's business. You would get your shit cleared up with your mother and with Michael. I would kick both of them, honestly, to the curb. But you all up in Karen. Well, she just be lying and she just be... So the fuck what? It's her life. Let her do what she need to do. And Karen was just like, until you pay a mortgage note, then we ain't got nothing to say. And exactly, Ashley, you don't do shit but sit up there and live up off of Michael. So girl, bye. So Candace mentioned to Karen, Karen, you've really been upfront with me. You shared a lot of stuff with me. And I like what Candace said. She said, if my friend is going through some things, my inclination is not to throw more rocks at her, it's to help her, which is true, which is motherfucking true. None of these bitches on here, Gizelle and Robin are friends. And I think Sharice and Monique are friends somewhat, especially since Sharice just tried to call Monique out for taking her friends. I do feel like they are chummy and still cool. But you don't treat your so-called friends like that, Gizelle and Ashley. You don't come at Karen about where she lives and is she still with Ray and what about his tax reform problems and all this. But you don't do all of that. So I definitely was here for what Candace said. So now they get off into this situation with Gizelle. Gizelle brings up that Monique upgraded her ticket. And I'm just like, why are you even bringing this shit up? And I like how Monique got her ass together and said, listen, you didn't have to pay for it. I paid for it. It's my birthday weekend. That's what I wanted to do. I'm grown. You're not going to sit up here and be telling me what to do. Definitely was here for you when you said that to her, Monique, but this is where I gotta stop you. You then go on to tell these women your personal issues. That is something to only discuss with Sharice. You already discussed that with Sharice on the flight that you guys were on. You didn't have to bring that to Gizelle and Robin and Ashley, of course, because they ain't gonna do shit but use it against you. And you should already know how they did you getting drunk and getting into that accident, whatever the fuck happened with you, how they basically turn that whole situation around on you. You should have shared what's going on with you and your husband with bitches that's barely with a husband. Gizelle ain't got no man. Robin barely got a man. And Ashley ain't about to have shit in a minute. So Monique lets the women know every time, me and it's almost my birthday, me and my husband, we get into the worst arguments. And then Gizelle is just like, is it because, your birthday is about you and he wants it to be about him? It was really weird how Monique kept saying, he's this spoiled athlete and, and then Robin chimed in, and I could see that happening with these men. You know, they're not used to sharing the spotlight with their woman. But I like the point that Gizelle brought up. She said, well, this issue you having with him is not necessarily going to just go away. You have to really work that out. And this is a very serious issue, Monique. You cannot stay in this marriage if your husband does not get to respecting your autonomy, the person that you want to be, your goals, and, you know, just everything that comes with you, all the things you want to do. He has to respect that. He doesn't have to like it. He doesn't have to be comfortable with it, but he has to let you do that. And arguing when it's your birthday, I remember I had a man like that, and I got rid of his ass. I ain't never had to argue with that bitch ever again in life on my birthday. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't care about these men and their money and what they do in their professional life. I don't care. Respect is respect. Love is love. And you don't put somebody through all of that just because they're trying to uplift themselves and do something with their life that isn't directly about you all the time. I think that's very selfish of her husband. And Monique, I'm concerned with you. It's like you keep taking up, well, he just wants the best for me. If he wanted the best for you, he would just let you be. He wouldn't try to control you. Love is not control, ladies. It's not. Love is free. It's elusive. It lets you do you. It's not all this, well, don't forget about me, and what about me, and I should be right here, and So they have this little part with Candace, and she interrupts Monique's story with Chris and the situation where how she had Chris holding her purse, and the ladies are Gizelle and Monique looking at each other. They just laughing like, look at this bitch coming out the blue with this story just so she could have something to talk about. And it did kind of look like that, Candace. You are a princess. You need to get over the fact that that man called you that. And these ladies got your ass together when they said you had him holding your purse, and you do act like that. So it's like, just own it and move on. But she was offended, honey, and they began saying how they about to go to bed, and she just felt so cut off. It was just bad. So they go over what they're going to be doing, all the ladies. This is the next day. They all greet each other, and everybody notices that Karen is the one with tennis shoes on, and then Gizelle gets to get on Karen about, well, I would think that, Karen, you would want to go to the perfume place and learn as much as you can. Gizelle, stop being so fucking shady. Leave the woman alone. So all of a sudden, Gizelle and Monique going back and forth because Gizelle is telling the girls, well, I need to wait on Robin. Robin's going to take a while. You guys just go. I notice she keeps trying to rush them along. Gizelle, you being shady because you want to get with Robin and talk shit, and you don't really have no interest in what Monique is doing with her business. Gizelle, you are being blessed with your makeup line. And it's like you can't support Karen. You can't support Monique with what she's doing. You're not supportive of nobody on here but fucking Robin, okay? And it's very rude. Then you sit up here and get with Sharice talking about some, does Miss Perfume Lady even have a perfume? I would think she would want to be at the perfume place all day. And it's just like, girl, bye. Karen walks up, calls Gizelle out on her bullshit. She was like, you full of shit. You need to stay out of my business. Then Gizelle got on this bullshit about this girl, Erica Liles, who works for her with Every Hue Beauty. I guess she's like her assistant, and how, Ray is attracted to her and he wants to lick Erica up and down, and her and Karen is arguing. They going back and forth, and Monique, Candace, and Ashley get Karen out of there. It's just a drag out argument. It was just bad. Gizelle, bitch, you was wrong, bitch. That is my recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl, Brand New, and I am out.